Nigeria is standing on the edge of a cliff. Entire villages are emptying overnight. Schools are shutting down in broad daylight. Travelers are disappearing on the highways. And powerful forces within the nation's political family, may be maneuvering behind the scenes, pulling strings we're not supposed to see. Tonight, we're diving deep into a story of terror, ambition, betrayal, and political chess. A story that suggests Nigeria's current wave of insecurity may not be an accident at all. And believe me, you're going to want to stay with this one to the end, because what you're about to hear connects dots that the mainstream will never dare touch. Welcome to the Restore Nigeria News Podcast. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because conversations like this are exactly what Nigeria needs. Now, let's go behind the curtain. Nigeria is witnessing one of the most frightening security breakdowns in its history. Kidnapping for ransom is now a nationwide industry. Banditry is spiraling out of control. Fulani militias and indigenous vigilantes are locked in violent cycles of revenge. Farmers are abandoning their lands and flooding into refugee camps. ISWAP, Boko Haram, Ansarud, and other splinter terrorist groups have resurged with guerrilla-style attacks on communities and even military bases. And with schools closing across the northwest and north-central, interstate travel practically becoming Russian roulette, and fear spreading faster than any epidemic, Nigeria's security architecture is crumbling before our eyes. The situation is so bad that foreign governments are debating Nigeria in their parliaments, and the United States has labeled us a country of particular concern. Donald Trump has even threatened direct military intervention. So, with all this happening, the big question is, why did it take the government so long to react? And deeper still, does the government already know the forces behind this crisis? Let's investigate. To understand what is happening now, we must understand the actors. 1. Boko Haram, ISWAP, the Kanuri-driven insurgency. Their long-term goal: establish Sharia caliphates in the northeast. Their primary targets: non-Muslim minority tribes they historically could not subjugate. 2. Fulani stateless militias, migrating into Nigeria. Fleeing conflict from across West and Central Africa, heavily armed and desperate for fertile land, they found Nigeria, especially under former President Buhari, a convenient destination. Buhari himself, part Fulani, part Kanuri, opened Nigeria's doors wide. Fulani-aligned donors echoed the message: Nigeria is home to all Fulani, regardless of origin. But this created a problem. How do you get indigenous tribes to surrender their lands? The answer, under the Buhari era, seemed to be, look the other way as armed migrants violently displace local communities, and create government-run IDP camps to hold displaced Nigerians, while blaming them for not accepting their Fulani brothers. 3. Politicians who weaponize insecurity. Here is where things get really interesting. Buhari and the APC famously rode the wave of the Boko Haram crisis, especially the Chibok girls' tragedy, to defeat Goodluck Jonathan in 2015. And ever since, rumors have swelled about powerful handlers within the political class, especially in Borno and Kaduna, who allegedly maintain influence over various militant groups. Names like Nasir El-Rufai and Kashim Shettima often appear in these whispers, not proven but impossible to ignore, especially given their proximity to turbulent regions and their roles in negotiating with militias. Which leads us to the heart of today's crisis. The political war behind the scenes didn't start today. To win the APC presidential primary, Bola Tinubu needed the support of extremely powerful northern politicians. Two names mattered most: Nasir El-Rufai, Kaduna; Kashim Shettima, Borno. Tinubu allegedly struck deals with both men. Shettima would become vice president. El-Rufai would get a powerful cabinet position. And most importantly, each was secretly promised Tinubu's support to become president after him. But Tinubu had another card up his sleeve: Nuhu Ribadu, a trusted ally from way back, and an ambitious Fulani politician with his own presidential dreams. The moment Ribadu became National Security Advisor, the political chessboard flipped. El-Rufai, first casualty. His ministerial confirmation was torpedoed by damning security reports. Reports prepared by agencies under Ribadu. El-Rufai was humiliated, forced out, and he left the APC in anger. Today, he has become a major force in the opposition ADC, and he has vowed to fight Tinubu in 2027. Shettima, next in line. The Muslim-Muslim ticket is becoming politically toxic heading into 2027. APC mobilizers recently toured the Northeast, and curiously, they promoted Tinubu but deliberately omitted Shettima's name. The region erupted. No Shettima, no re-election. Now a cold war is simmering inside the presidency. Tinubu appears to be phasing out Shettima. Ribadu is rising, and Shettima's Kanuri base is quietly preparing for political battle. All this has created a storm of ambition and betrayal. And when powerful interests collide in Nigeria, history tells us one thing: violence. Which brings us to the most chilling question of all. The timing is suspicious. The actors are known. The pattern is familiar. Remember, the same type of chaos helped bring down Goodluck Jonathan in 2015. And today, many of the same players, ambitious, ruthless, and heavily connected, are angry, sidelined, and preparing for 2027. If they truly have influence over certain militia networks, what would stop them from reawakening dormant cells? What would stop them from turning the security crisis into a political tool again? The government claims it knows the real sponsors behind the violence. But here's a hard question. Does President Tinubu have the courage to confront these powerful insiders? If he does, he risks tearing his government apart from within. If he doesn't, Nigeria may face a wave of violence we have not seen since the darkest days of Boko Haram. The field is set, the players are moving, and the stakes are nothing less than the soul of Nigeria.
Nigeria stands at a dangerous crossroads. The insecurity we see isn't just about bandits or terrorists. It may be the smoke rising from a political volcano, fueled by ambition, revenge, and hidden hands. As citizens, we must stay informed, we must stay vigilant, and we must never allow our nation to be used as a battleground for political games. If you found today's deep dive enlightening, thought-provoking, or important, please subscribe to our channel, share this podcast with friends, and join the conversation in the comments below. This is the Restore Nigeria Network podcast. We speak truth to power, boldly, clearly, and without apology. Until next time, may the heavens help Nigeria.